Good morning. This is Get Up on ESPN. I'm Mike Greenberg in New York. We have a full program today with all that you would expect, including Game 6 and 7 in the NBA, all the hockey highlights that you would look for, and more on the NFL schedule release. But we begin with breaking news from the PGA Championship in Louisville at Valhalla Golf Club, where the second round of play has been delayed. It was due to start about 45 minutes ago at 7:15 Eastern Time this morning. Play has been pushed back after a deadly accident involving a shuttle bus and a pedestrian outside of Valhalla Golf Club. That caused massive traffic delays, which, in a separate incident, involved the number one golfer in the world. Scottie Scheffler was detained by police this morning in handcuffs on his way to the golf course. He shot 4 under 67 yesterday and was right in the mix after winning the Masters just a few weeks ago. Now, his status for today and the rest of the weekend is, to say the least, very much uncertain. As it happens, our Jeff Darlington, who was at Valhalla covering for us, was there and witnessed the entire incident that took place involving Scheffler and law enforcement. Jeff, your coverage this morning has been extraordinary, but so many people joining us here now at the top of an hour. Take us through everything that you saw right from the beginning.
Well, Greeny, as you could see in some of that footage, it was a very chaotic situation this morning already outside of Valhalla Golf Club as police were responding to a separate incident down the road. It resulted in road closures and ultimately was only a situation where officials and players could get to the point where they could even approach the Valhalla entrance. But what happened next was certainly surreal. There was a bus that did not have a driver in it that was still sitting outside of the main gate of Valhalla Golf Club. Police were trying to figure out how to get that bus moved. Scottie Scheffler was in a vehicle 2 behind that bus. Scheffler attempted to drive his car on a road that was jammed with vehicles onto the side median. Plenty of space on that median where Scheffler could move his car around toward the entrance. A police officer in a yellow jacket like those ones you're seeing there approached Scheffler's car, told him to stop. Scheffler continued to drive his vehicle, at which point the officer attached himself to Scheffler's car. Scheffler's vehicle then drove another 15 to 20 yards, making the left into Valhalla Golf Club before coming to a stop. At that point, the officer took his flashlight and started to bang on Scheffler's car, telling him to open the window or open the door to get out of the vehicle. Scheffler lowered the window. The officer then ripped the door open, pulled Scheffler out by the arm, pushed him up against the vehicle, placed him in handcuffs. At that point, I approached Scottie Scheffler and the officers. Scheffler turned at me and said, "Can you help me?" The officers then confronted me, told me to step back. I informed them that I was a member of the media, at which point one officer told me, "There's nothing you can do, he's going to jail." Another officer then approached me shortly after with a pad in his hand and said to me, "Could you please tell us the name of the person that we arrested?"
So they did not seem to know that it was Scottie Scheffler, the number one golfer in the world, for whatever that's worth and however that factors into all of it.
Scottie Scheffler, Greeny. They also, when they placed him in the back of that vehicle, they put him in handcuffs. They then, at one point, removed the handcuffs, at which point it felt like the situation was becoming diffused. They allowed him to adjust his wrists before then placing the handcuffs back on him. Scheffler attempted to get the attention of the officer who did put him in the handcuffs originally and pulled him from the vehicle, to tell him that he did not know he was a police officer. The police officer did not respond to Scheffler's attempts to explain himself in the situation.
I should explain, much of the video that you were seeing here was actually shot by Jeff on his phone, and we have a portion of it that will give you a pretty good sense of what happened, including you'll be able to hear Jeff's voice and some others pretty clearly, and that might give you an even better picture of exactly what took place this morning. So, Cindy, when we can, let's play that.
Guys.
Dude,
Step back.
back up or
I'm
you
back.
foul.
I'm back.
Step back.
I'm back.
You're a game one, right?
Yeah, this is okay.
Guys,
What are we
Dude,
doing?
I'm staying back.
Here's the thing.
Right now, right now he's going to jail.
Okay.
Okay, he's going to jail, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. Period. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay.
Okay. Now, do you have a question?
I'm media.
Okay,
I'm a reporter.
okay.
That's all.
That's fine.
I just want to make sure that's
Okay, but you need to step back over here now.
You got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so that's a little bit of a sense of what it is. We're receiving a report right now. The PGA informs us that as of this moment, Scottie Scheffler remains in custody. His tee time, like everyone else's, has been pushed back a little bit over an hour and 20 minutes. He was due to tee off this morning at 8:48 Eastern time, which would, some quick math would tell me that 10:08 a.m. Eastern time would now be the time that he and his group of three would be scheduled to be on the first tee. We have no way of knowing now whether or not he'll be able to play there. Jeff, what else can you tell us there? What are we missing here for the folks who are watching at home?
What a surreal morning, Greeny. I mean, I can simply tell you that what felt like certainly a chaotic entrance to Valhalla Golf Club was something even more chaotic once Scheffler was placed in handcuffs. The one thing I can't emphasize enough here is it was already a very stressful scene outside of Valhalla Golf Club. All of these police cars that you're seeing were already there. They have nothing to do with Scheffler. They were a result of another incident that was down the road that occurred and caused police to shut down this road. Many of the police officers were, dare I say, on edge. They were simply, you could tell that it was a stressful morning. You could feel that in the air based on traffic flow at a big golf event like this. But this was hours before anybody was scheduled to tee off. Scheffler arriving to the course very early to begin his warm-up process when he did pull in. Okay, let me walk you through this right here. You're seeing right now cars turn in.